I felt a little cheated in this story. Hey guys, welcome back to Book Your Imagination. My name is Anne. This video is part of my Edgar Awards series where I am reviewing the 5 books that were nominated for the Best YA Mystery category of the Edgar Awards in order of my least favorite to my most favorite. And here's where we stand. At number 5 is The Cruelty by Scott Bergstrom. And number 4 is Grit by Gillian French. And this review, number 3, is The Impossible Fortress by Jason Rekulak. Here's the synopsis. In 1987, 14-year-old Billy and his friends Clark and Alf are kind of the nerdy losers in their high school, but they're happy. They spend afternoons together doing pretty much nothing. And then Billy spends his evenings programming games on his Commodore 64 computer late into the night. And then 2 things happen. First, Playboy publishes pictures of their idol, Wheel of Fortune hostess Vanna White, and these 14-year-old boys have to get a copy of that issue. And second, Billy meets Mary Zelinsky, a computer programming expert who's a girl his age, and she loves his game, The Impossible Fortress, and agrees to help him get it ready for a programming contest. These 2 things change their lives forever. This is a really wonderful coming-of-age story. From a literary point of view, it's told in first person from Billy's point of view, but it's told from a future Billy about these events that happened in 1987, but we don't know how far in the future it is. It could be he's telling it from the end of the story up until that point, or it could be far in the future. And during the story, we find out that Billy wants to be a programmer for his career. He wants to start a business. He wants to start a business with Mary and develop games. Now, towards the end of the story, he says, for the next 22 years, and then he continues to tell us how he treated another character in the book for the next 22 years. So now we know that this story is at least 22 years in the future, or 2009, and Billy's in his 30s when he's telling us this story. But he doesn't tell us what happened to those dreams. It would have been pretty simple to say something like, Mary and I drifted apart and I became a writer instead of a programmer, or Mary and I started the business together and it was successful, or Mary and I got married, we had 20 kids and we lived next door to Clark and across the street from Alf. Just something that would have tied a ribbon on top of that story. The immediate story of what happens, these events from 1987, is wrapped up very nicely. All the questions from the plots and the subplots are answered, and I was very happy with the ending. But it's Billy's burning desire to be a programmer, to program games, that pushes the events in this story forward. So if the author had not clued me in that this is told from 22 years in the future, I would be totally happy with this ending. But since I know he's 22 years in the future, I just kind of felt like, well, what happened? So I did feel just a little bit cheated. But that is my only complaint in this story. So let's talk about the entertainment factor. I really loved this story, but it's a little cringeworthy. Seeing Vanna White in Playboy is the holy grail for these boys, and the lengths they're willing to go to get a copy of this Playboy issue, it's pretty extreme. But I did really love watching these characters grow and change throughout the story. If you want to see more of my Edgar Awards series, click on this playlist. I'm doing this video as part of Vlogmas, so if you want to see more of Vlogmas videos, click on this playlist. Thank you for watching.